Hello chess lovers, Suren here, and in this video I would like to share with you a fantastic game played by Brazilian chess grandmaster Alexandr Fier. His opponent is Robert Vidal, and this game was played in 2018 at Batumi Chess Olympiad. Now let's see what happened on the board. Alexandr Fier started with knight f3, Reti opening d5 by Vidal, c4, d takes c4, black accepted the pawn offer and instantly white wants to win it back. a6, knight takes c4, meanwhile black is advancing on the queen side. Knight e3, bishop b7 and g3, white is preparing to flank to his light squared bishop, a standard idea in Reti opening e6, white castles kingside, bishop e7 and this time b3. This time white will flank to his dark squared bishop, black castles kingside, bishop b2 c5, queen c2, knight d7. Both players are developing their pieces, nothing special, and we have an equal game. Rook c1 h6, rook d1, rook c8 and queen b1, and after queen b6 white played queen a1. This is a standard idea in typical positions where white is bringing his queen on a1 square and cooperating together with the bishop is putting pressure on black's king side. Rook d8, h3, bishop f8, d3, bishop c6 and knight g4, knight takes g4, h takes g4, queen b7 and e4. a5, black is starting an advancement on the queen side, but it was better to act against this g5 move by playing f6. This could have given black's king side a better solidity, but in our game we have a5. Now comes g5, h takes g5, knight takes g5, white managed to open up the h file, and a few moves later this fact is going to play an essential role in the game. a4, bishop h3 and rook e8. Of course, a very passive approach. It was better to capture on b3 and then occupy the a file with the rook, and then bishop e7 trying to kick away the knight. But in our game, after bishop h3 we see rook e8, king g2, a takes b3, rook h1 and c4. This is a move which is losing on the spot. The thing is that instead of playing a takes b3, it was in here that black should have played c4, and if b takes c4 then a3, if bishop c3 then b takes c4. But in our game, after king g2 we see a takes b3, and after rook h1 here comes c4, but it's too late. In here Alexandr Fier brought into life a brilliant combination, and please pause the video and try to find his next moves. Ready? Actually everything is ready for the final blow, and white went for bishop takes e6 sacrifice, the idea of which is to open up the h file for the rook. Rook takes e6 and here comes rook h8 check. Look at this brilliant rook sacrifice. By the way, after bishop takes e6, if move like f takes e6, then again this rook h8 is playable. In our game we have rook takes e6 and rook h8 check, and believe it or not, but in here black resigned. Now if king takes h8, then this time white can announce a check with a second rook and then can sacrifice it as well. The idea is to open up the queen's path, and after king takes h8 white can announce a check with the queen. If rook h6, then queen takes h6 using this pin, and then queen h7 checkmate. That's why in view of these lines, after rook h8 Robert Vidal resigned. A very impressive and instructive combination by Brazilian chess grandmaster, which I hope that you enjoyed greatly. Thanks for watching. For more games consider subscribing to my channel. I will see you in the next video.